Hello to my channel Chinese Star. Today we will bring you the following hot and exciting news.
Wang Yibo's Windchaser was a big hit. After avoiding the heroine Li Qin, he realized that the second female lead was the one who had a sudden glimpse of Windchaser with a bunch of good actors. It was really amazing. On the first day of broadcast, the primetime ratings exceeded 1. It was an instant hit. It is self-evident how strong the momentum was. What's even more exciting is that the characters left a deep impression on everyone as soon as the series was launched. For example, Wei Ruolai, portrayed by Wang Yibo, has the demeanor of the second treasurer in Shanghai. Due to his background, Wei Ruolai has always been depressed. But he has outstanding ability. Without any background or backing, he accurately analyzed the situation laid out by senior financiers. The genius and high-intelligence businessman is very impressive as soon as he appears. And Wang Yibo is also able to take risks in the play. In the early stage of the plot, he was still a little guy who couldn't even keep a job. He wore socks with holes on his feet and his clothes were always wrinkled. Wang Yang is still as capable and steady as ever, and his image as an elite financier makes people feel very relatable. Even when he saw the vehicle he was about to ride suddenly explode in front of his eyes, he remained very calm and didn't take the fact that someone was murdering him into consideration at all. Shrewd, strong, decisive and valiant, the way he strategizes every time he manipulates the stock market fully demonstrates the character's confidence and authority. With a good-looking face, he can go out of his way to play such a sloppy image. This alone is worthy of recognition. In a drama like Storm Chaser that focuses on portraying male characters, the female characters themselves are just foils, but I didn't expect that the performances of the two actresses were equally memorable. The first one is Li Qin, who plays our underground worker. It is no exaggeration to say that as soon as Li Qin appeared on the stage, I was struck by her handsome appearance. Wearing a black top hat and a black windbreaker, he carries a sniper rifle in his hand, aiming at the enemy and rescuing his comrades. The firm eyes, smooth movements, and calm posture established the image of a young but experienced underground worker. But as soon as he turned around, he took off his shirt and put on a white suit. It also makes people feel that she is just a pampered rich lady, which is completely different from the resolute side when performing tasks. Li Qin played the role with a sense of contrast. Since her identity as an underground worker is a secret, she always appears to others as a wealthy daughter. This requires Li Qin to often perform contrasts between characters in the play. Perhaps a second ago, she was wearing a red dress and a small hat, playing piano music for everyone like a delicate girl. In the next second, he can look alert at the door to listen for important information. Originally I came here for Li Qin's beauty, and her looks in the play are indeed versatile. But in comparison, her acting skills are much more outstanding than her appearance. When performing a mission, even if we face the sacrifice of our comrades, we can stabilize our emotions and escape successfully. It wasn't until he entered a safe area that he showed his vulnerable side and cried like a little girl. Even after completing the rape mission, taking off the disguise, turning around, she can put on a lady's outfit and leave the scene gracefully. The character portrayed by Li Qin is brave and resourceful, and finally breaks out of the habit of using the heroine to cause trouble in spy dramas. Instead, it allows everyone to see the wisdom and courage of women in troubled times and conflicts. It can be said that the character played by Li Qin is very likable in itself. In addition, her appearance and acting skills are both online, and her performance exceeds everyone's expectations. However, the introduction of new characters has somewhat eclipsed Li Qin. After escaping the heroine Li Qin, I realized that the second heroine was the one who got a surprising glimpse. The second one is Galo. Judging from the role she plays, Su Sishu, played by Galo, is full of mystery. She is the wife of Shen Tunan. When she appeared, she could already feel that she lived up to her name. She was gentle and dignified in every gesture, and she was full of emotions. Even if they are together with a top uncle like Wang Yang, the two of them have a sense of recognition as a talented man and a beautiful woman. Just looking at the image of a talented man and a beautiful woman makes people feel pleasing to the eye. Looking at Galo's acting skills, her appearance seems not worth mentioning. In such a spy drama, Su Sishu has a special identity, and is obviously more than just a good wife. She was able to marry Shen Tunan, who manipulated the stock market, so she was obviously not an ordinary person. In addition, he is not only profound but also worldly, and his business intelligence is not too low. When this character appeared in the play, he stood quietly beside Shen Tunan and welcomed guests with him. But he seemed not to be participating in the conversation, But when he heard the key information, his eyes immediately became alert. When everyone else left and only she and her husband were left, Su Sishu showed that she was not interested in social situations, but her state was full of worries. Su Sishu knew how to disguise himself and clearly heard all the important content. But they only grasped the information points of the explosion, and found out the reason behind the explosion and the name of caring about her husband Shen Tunan. Obviously, the Su Sishu played by Galo this time is a mysterious figure with a high rank. Which camp does he belong to? It is still unknown at present, but she is definitely not just an ordinary person like she appears on the surface. Galo plays this role, and the most direct impression is that his aura is not lost at all when he plays with Wang Yang. When acting opposite Li Qin, it is obvious that her strength is far superior to hers. When the two actresses are in the same frame, the contrast is still very obvious. Looking at Li Qin alone, it is impossible to make a mistake. But when they were competing on the same stage, they fell into a disadvantage. Galo performed the role of a sister-in-law who cares for the younger generation. She is mature and considerate, and makes people unable to make mistakes. She handles the relationship between the two with ease. But the attitude towards your daughter and your sister can make people feel obviously different. Li Qin's performance is like a little girl acting coquettishly in front of her mother. There is no clear sense for the audience that the relationship between her and the character played by Galo is just that of a sister-in-law and a younger sister. Not only that, Li Qin was much weaker in terms of momentum and was completely led away by Galo. There are even many scenes where she looks a little dull, just waiting for Galo to give her a role. But Galo's performance was very ordinary. And although Li Qin has an advantage in age, he is also a bit taller than Galo. But there is no temperament in the hunched-over look, and the dress is equally exquisite in comparison. But Galo, who has a dignified figure, looks more like a rich lady. Coming soon. Wang Yibo unexpectedly broke out of the academic circle and was praised for his entry into the academic circle. He did not rely on his appearance but his talent. In this seemingly serious academic circle, a blog trend suddenly blew up, causing all the old academics in the academic world to put down the test tubes and microscopes in his hands and began to pay attention to a young man named Wang Yibo. That's right, Wang Yibo came out of the circle unexpectedly. Is it a surprise? Accident? He actually broke into the academic circle, and in an unexpected way. Recently, a professor at Fudan University actually chose Wang Yibo as a case when teaching the general structure of academic papers. In the PPT, the professor not only introduced Wang Yibo's acting career in detail, but also praised him for being able to rely on his looks to make a living, but he has to rely on his talent. Did you see that people praise Wang Yibo not for his looks, but for his talent? This makes people sigh that the academic circle finally allowed Bobo to break into it, and in a rather funny way. In this professor's PPT, Wang Yibo's image is cleverly integrated into the structure of the academic paper. From the introduction to the conclusion, every part is closely connected with Wang Yibo's personal experience and achievements. For example, in the introduction, the professor told how Wang Yibo grew from an ordinary dancer to a versatile artist. In the method section, it introduces how Wang Yibo improves his performance skills through continuous learning and practice. Of course, the funniest part is the results and discussion. The professor took Wang Yibo's performance in different works as examples and analyzed how he showed his versatility through different role creations. In the conclusion, the professor humorously pointed out that Wang Yibo is a person who can rely on his looks to make a living, but he relies on his talent. Some students even shared the content of this class on social media, triggering widespread discussion and attention. Some people say that this is a combination of academics and entertainment, while others joke that Wang Yibo may soon become the new darling of the academic world. However, this is not the first time Wang Yibo has interacted with the academic circle. Prior to this, he had participated in too many classroom teaching models, appeared frequently in major PPTs, and had too many academic courses using him as an example, allowing people to see his versatile side. From a niche track such as long to emoticons to a professional track such as academia, Wang Yibo has easily broken in. This shows that everyone's recognition of Wang Yibo is getting higher and higher. Doesn't it feel special? Wang Yibo is undoubtedly successful in various circles. In the financial circle, he has become a presence that triggers business wars and has unparalleled commercial value. In the education circle, he has become a role model in the classroom. Common not to mention the sports circle and the entertainment circle. Jumping back and forth, it seems that he can be found in every circle. I am a little fat demon, and I never praise Wang Yibo unfounded. He has a unique attribute that makes people like him, and he also brings us unlimited charm across circles. He is related to various circles, but seems to have nothing to do with him. After the dreams are linked together, there is no sense of dissonance. The amazing Wang Yibo always brings surprises to us. I can't praise you enough. I can't praise you enough.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to our support channel.